A bit of a debate going on
I
here.
actually agree with that last one, yeah.
On video games.
Tell you what I
And I
started.
said it's video, so.
No, but it's true. And I don't mean the video ones on TV. Try getting your kids Tetris.
Ah, yes.
So there's some really good games.
I loved Tetris growing up. actually.
I'm so good at it, I can beat anyone. I am very good at it. In fact, we should have a
Do you want
It's
to
actually-
have,
it's about response
you,
time.
You want to play Tetris?
Let's go.
Wow. Okay. All right.
What are we
then.
talking about today, ladies?
What's in a name?
Well, it depends on the meaning of the name, I would say.
The meaning of the name. What does the name mean to you? You know, especially your surname. Now, Mary was the one that highlighted this particular story. Was
Why
it
did
yesterday?
you have to make mention of the fact that
you
I highlighted
it. Yeah.
I saw it yesterday, and I felt it would be an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
You highlighted it.
Yes, but you didn't have. Let's go.
Okay, well, let's just get on with it.
What was the original source, however, and how did it start?
Yes, of course, online.
Joko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mary Njoku is quoted here. It says here, a mother shouldn't be compelled to change her name if she has underage kids.
Sacrilege by African standards.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Mazino, and
I'm
you,
sorry.
you are now representing
you're burning
every
holes in
African,
my head, Mary,
every African
stop.
man is Mazino now.
Well, what do you ladies think first of?
Let's start from Titi. What do you think?
This change of name matter. So first of all, my husband and I have talked back and forth about this once or twice or 3 times or 4. Because when we got married, a week later, I saw a newspaper and I saw change of name inside. And I was not involved in that conversation, but I was like,
Who is Mrs. Onyisa?
but I let it go because I wasn't really that attached to my maiden name.
Unlike some people.
But I did acknowledge the fact that, okay, I really wanted to represent my family, my original family in the limelight, because I was considered the most well-known Adelagwan at the time. I don't know if there's anyone else now. But suddenly my name had changed. I had planned to hyphenate. But it didn't really make that much of an impact for me because I was happy
Would
about
your husband have let you? Would he have let you?
I really don't know whether he would have
you?
let
That question
me,
is
because
excellent.
the conversation was really about whether he was comfortable with it. I wanted him to be comfortable because I actually value that. I valued how he felt about the situation. But not everybody thinks this way.
What about you, Mrs. Bashra Ali?
If you call me that, I'll give you. No, but on a more serious note, I understand the need to, value your partner's feelings about stuff.
Yeah.
But what about your personal values? What about the things you want for yourself? So I can be Mrs. So and so anywhere, but for goodness sake, you cannot expect me to erase a part of my life just because I am married. Now let's also remember something. African tradition that you people keep going, African man like you started.
Yeah.
Let's always remember that a woman is the daughter of her father. First off, and then becomes the wife of somebody. You can only have one father. You can have several husbands. You can have only one father or mother, but you can have several wives. So in a situation where one husband dies, you get married to someone else, you change name again, and there are so many documents. There was one thing you mentioned earlier that I never thought
about
of. Property documents. I never thought about it. You know how your advice, do not put Mrs. Just say, for example, Mrs. Oyinson.
Yeah.
You're told, make sure it's Mrs. Titilayo Oyinson. So in case of divorce, and you switch to, of course, God forbid. And then you have to switch to Adelabu. Then in 20 years' time, you want to claim ownership of the property.
I was
you now
once...
say, I was once. The new wife is also Titilayo.
Which new wife forbid?
So I'll tell you this, yeah.
You know
From
what?
a man's perspective, every African man, and I don't know if I represent every single African man here, but the truth is that there's a certain sense of pride that men have, especially after getting married, that is my wife. And the only way to identify her as your wife is that she carries your name. That pride is not something that we can just throw away. I do admit, I am an African man, and I was so proud, so happy when I got married and my wife was Mrs. Ofo Appeal. It's Ofo Appeal, by the way, but the Ofo bit I don't use for media. But that really made me glad. However, African as I may be, I do see where you're coming from because I have a daughter. And I love my last name. And I would love for her to hyphenate when she eventually gets married. But it is, at the end, her choice. but I do believe that is such a beautiful name. She will definitely want to keep it. Thank you very much, Rain.
So the thing is,
Daddy's telling you something here.
Oh, well, calm down, calm down. So I really feel like it just depends on the connection you have with your family. I know of some people who intentionally changed their own family name before they even got married because they did not want to have anything to do with that family. Whether for spiritual reasons, whether for personal reasons, whether the way they treated the person.
Grew up, trauma.
I know of people that changed both names, their middle and last name, just intentionally to detach from whatever that family was known for. So I think it's more about legacy. If you have a strong family name that owns multiple properties, multiple businesses, you want to be associated with it because it moves you forward. But I wanted to go to the comment section.
Okay. Yeah, always very exciting, the comment section.
The comment section, you know, really just goes
what are they saying?
agog and says, oh, if the man was a nobody, right, you would all support the ex-wife not to change the name. Women and emotion in everything. I prefer you bearing your surname even after marriage to avoid go change my name.
African man there.
And then you have another one. So if I build a home for over 15 years and the man of the house decides to be stupid and request for a divorce, I should drop the name I spent 15 years of my life building?
Then there is that.
Aha. So imagine this woman starts an amazing business in that family name. You know, she's well known for it. She has millions of followers. Are you asking her to change her name?
Well, it's a very interesting topic, this. And we're asking you guys what you think. We have the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC, and we also are streaming live on X, where you can leave your submissions. We will be back to read it because I believe that Mary still has plenty to talk about this. So when we get back, we'll be reading those. Thank you very much. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just about a bit.